Have you ever felt like your spiritual path was more difficult than expected? Many people start their spiritual journey with excitement and hope, only to discover that it's not all peace and light. Today, we're going to talk about the 7 unspoken challenges of spiritual awakening that no one really tells you about. Spiritual awakening is often described as a beautiful process of self-discovery and growth. While this is true, it's also a path filled with unexpected hurdles. These challenges aren't often discussed, which can leave many people feeling confused and alone when they encounter them. Let's dive into these hidden aspects of spiritual growth, starting with one of the most surprising, loneliness. As you begin to change and grow on your spiritual path, you might find yourself feeling increasingly disconnected from the people around you. Your interests, values, and perspectives shift, and suddenly, conversations with old friends and family members don't flow as easily as they used to. This sense of isolation can be really tough to deal with. You might feel like you're speaking a different language or living in a different world from those around you. It's important to remember that this is a common experience for many people on a spiritual path. So, how can you handle this feeling of loneliness? First, it's crucial to be patient with yourself and others. Remember that everyone is on their own journey, moving at their own pace. Try to find common ground with your loved ones, focusing on shared experiences and emotions rather than spiritual concepts they might not understand. At the same time, it can be helpful to seek out like-minded individuals. Look for local spiritual groups, meditation classes, or online communities where you can connect with others who are on a similar path. These connections can provide support, understanding, and a sense of belonging that you might be missing. Remember, though, that building new connections doesn't mean you have to abandon your existing relationships. Part of the spiritual journey is learning to bridge different worlds and communicate across various perspectives. This can be challenging, but it's also an opportunity for growth and deepening your understanding. Now let's move on to the second challenge, information overload. In today's digital age, we have access to an incredible amount of spiritual teachings, practices, and philosophies. While this wealth of information can be exciting, it can also be overwhelming and confusing. You might find yourself jumping from one teaching to another, trying out different meditation techniques, reading countless books, and watching endless YouTube videos. It's easy to get lost in this sea of information, feeling more confused than ever about which path to follow. This overload can lead to a sense of paralysis. With so many options, how do you know which one is right for you? The key is to remember that spiritual growth is a personal journey. What works for one person may not work for another. To navigate this challenge, start by taking a step back. Give yourself permission to slow down and digest the information you've already encountered. Try to tune into your own inner guidance. What resonates with you on a deep level? What practices make you feel more centered and connected? It can be helpful to choose 1 or 2 primary sources of spiritual guidance to focus on for a while. This might be a particular teacher, tradition, or set of practices. Dive deep into these teachings, giving them time to integrate into your life before moving on to something new. Also, don't be afraid to take breaks from consuming spiritual content. Sometimes, the most profound insights come when we step away from external teachings and simply live our lives, paying attention to the lessons that arise naturally. The third challenge we'll discuss is one that can be particularly tricky to recognize in ourselves: spiritual ego. As you progress on your spiritual path and gain new insights and experiences, it's easy to fall into the trap of feeling more evolved than others. This sense of spiritual superiority can be subtle, masquerading as wisdom or discernment. The spiritual ego might show up as judging others for not being conscious enough, or feeling frustrated with people who don't share your spiritual views. You might find yourself constantly trying to enlighten others, or feeling a sense of pride in your spiritual accomplishments. While it's natural to feel excited about your growth, allowing this to inflate your ego can actually hinder your progress. True spiritual growth involves developing humility and compassion, not a sense of superiority. To combat the spiritual ego, practice self-awareness. Notice when you're having thoughts of being better than others due to your spiritual practices or insights. Remind yourself that everyone is on their own unique journey, and that true wisdom involves recognizing how much we still have to learn. Cultivate an attitude of curiosity towards others, regardless of their spiritual beliefs or practices. Try to see the wisdom in different perspectives and life experiences. Remember that some of the most profound spiritual lessons can come from unexpected sources. It's also helpful to regularly reflect on your own shadows and areas for growth. This keeps you humble and focused on your own path, rather than comparing yourself to others. Ultimately, spiritual growth is about becoming more loving, compassionate, and connected, not about being better than anyone else. The fourth challenge we'll explore is the physical and emotional intensity that often comes with spiritual awakening. Many people are surprised by the strong bodily sensations and mood swings that can accompany spiritual growth. You might experience unusual physical symptoms like tingling sensations, changes in sleep patterns, or shifts in energy levels. Emotionally, you could find yourself riding a roller coaster, with intense highs followed by deep lows. Old traumas or repressed emotions might surface, leading to periods of sadness, anger, or anxiety. These experiences, sometimes called healing crises, can be alarming if you're not prepared for them. It's important to understand that they're often a natural part of the spiritual growth process. As you raise your awareness and energy, old patterns and blockages come to the surface to be released. While these intense experiences can be challenging, there are ways to navigate them more smoothly. First, take care of your physical body. Ensure you're getting enough rest, eating nourishing foods, and staying hydrated. Regular exercise can help move energy and stabilize your mood. Grounding practices are particularly helpful during intense periods. Spend time in nature, walk barefoot on the earth, or work with grounding crystals. Visualization techniques, like imagining roots growing from your feet into the earth, can help you feel more stable and centered. It's also crucial to have support during these times. This might involve working with a spiritual teacher, therapist, or energy healer who understands these processes. Having someone to talk to who can normalize your experiences can be incredibly reassuring. Remember to be gentle with yourself during intense periods. Give yourself permission to rest, to feel your emotions fully, and to take things slowly. Trust that these experiences, while challenging, are ultimately serving your growth and healing. The fifth challenge we'll discuss is the loss of direction that often comes with spiritual awakening. As you start to question your old beliefs and ways of being, you might find yourself feeling lost and uncertain about your life's direction. This can manifest as questioning your career choice, feeling stuck between your old life and new spiritual insights, or simply not knowing what steps to take next. The goals and ambitions that once drove you might suddenly seem meaningless, leaving you feeling adrift. This loss of direction can be disorienting and even frightening. Our society places a lot of value on having clear goals and a defined life path. When you find yourself questioning everything, it can feel like you're falling behind or failing in some way. However, this period of uncertainty is actually a crucial part of the spiritual journey. It's a time of reevaluation, allowing you to align your life more closely with your true self and values. The key is to stay open and patient during this process. Instead of rushing to find a new direction, allow yourself to be in this space of not knowing. Use this time to explore different possibilities without committing to any particular path. Try new things, follow your curiosity, and pay attention to what brings you a sense of joy and fulfillment. Journaling can be a powerful tool during this time. Write about your dreams, your fears, and the things that light you up inside. Look for patterns and themes that might point towards your authentic path. Remember that finding your direction is not a one-time event, but an ongoing process. Your path may change and evolve as you continue to grow. The goal is not to figure everything out at once, but to stay true to yourself in each moment and take small steps forward. It can also be helpful to reframe your idea of purpose. Rather than thinking of it as a specific job or role, consider your purpose as a way of being. How can you bring more love, compassion, or creativity into everything you do? This perspective can help you find meaning and direction in your daily life, even as you're figuring out the bigger picture. The sixth challenge we'll explore is heightened sensitivity. As you progress on your spiritual path, you might find yourself becoming more aware of energies, emotions, and subtle influences around you. While this increased sensitivity can bring beautiful insights and experiences, it can also be overwhelming at times. You might find yourself picking up on other people's emotions, feeling drained in crowded places, or becoming more sensitive to foods, sounds, or environmental factors. This heightened awareness can make daily life feel more challenging, especially if you're not sure how to manage these new sensations. Learning to navigate this increased sensitivity is an important part of the spiritual journey. The first step is to recognize and accept your sensitivity as a gift, rather than seeing it as a problem to be fixed. Your increased awareness allows you to perceive the world in a richer, more nuanced way. That said, it's crucial to develop tools to manage your sensitivity so that it doesn't overwhelm you. Creating energetic boundaries is an important skill to learn. This might involve visualizing a protective shield of light around you, or using affirmations to strengthen your personal energy field. Regular energy clearing practices can also be helpful. This might include sage smudging, salt baths, or simply spending time in nature. These practices can help you release any energies you've picked up that aren't yours. It's also important to create a supportive environment for yourself. This might mean making changes to your living space to make it more peaceful and harmonious. It could involve adjusting your social life to include more time alone or with people who uplift you. Learning to ground yourself is crucial for managing sensitivity. Regular meditation, yoga, or other mindfulness practices can help you stay centered and balanced. Physical activities like gardening or working with clay can also help you feel more grounded in your body. Remember, your sensitivity is a tool for greater awareness and compassion. As you learn to manage it, you'll be able to use it to navigate the world more skillfully. and to connect more deeply with others. The seventh and final challenge we'll discuss is integrating spiritual insights into daily life. Many people find that they have profound experiences or realizations during meditation, spiritual retreats, or other practices. The challenge comes in bringing these insights into the real world of jobs, relationships, and everyday responsibilities. You might feel a disconnect between your spiritual experiences and your daily life. Perhaps you feel peaceful and connected during your morning meditation, only to lose that sense of calm as soon as you step into a stressful work environment. Or maybe you have a clear vision of how you want to live, but struggle to make changes in your actual life. This challenge of integration is about bridging the gap between your inner spiritual life and your outer worldly life. It's about living your truth in a world that might not always understand or support your spiritual perspective. One key to integration is consistency in your practices. Rather than seeing your spiritual life as separate from your everyday life, look for ways to infuse your daily activities with mindfulness and presence. This might mean taking brief moments throughout the day to center yourself, practicing gratitude, or bringing a sense of sacredness to ordinary tasks. It's also helpful to start small when making changes. Instead of trying to overhaul your entire life at once, focus on making one small shift at a time. This might be speaking more kindly to yourself, taking a few minutes each day for meditation, or choosing to respond rather than react in challenging situations. Remember that integration is an ongoing process. You don't need to be perfect or to have it all figured out. Each day is an opportunity to align your actions more closely with your spiritual values and insights. It can be helpful to find ways to express your spirituality that feel authentic to you. This might involve creative pursuits, volunteering, or simply bringing more compassion into your interactions with others. The goal is to let your inner growth shine through in your outer life in ways that feel genuine and meaningful to you. As we wrap up our discussion of these 7 challenges, it's important to remember that facing these hurdles is a natural and important part of the spiritual journey. Each challenge offers an opportunity for growth, self-discovery, and deepening your spiritual practice. One of the most important things you can cultivate on this path is self-compassion. Be gentle with yourself as you navigate these challenges. Remember that growth isn't always linear, and it's okay to struggle or feel confused at times. Building a support network can be incredibly helpful as you face these challenges. This might include finding a spiritual teacher or mentor, joining a supportive community, or connecting with friends who understand your journey. Having people you can talk to about your experiences can provide validation, guidance, and encouragement. It's also crucial to balance your spiritual growth with practical life skills. This might involve learning about emotional intelligence, communication skills, or stress management techniques. These practical tools can help you navigate the challenges of both your spiritual and everyday life more effectively. Remember that your spiritual journey is unique to you. While it's helpful to learn from others' experiences, trust your own inner guidance about what feels right for you. Your path might not look like anyone else's, and that's perfectly okay. As you continue on your spiritual journey, keep an open mind and heart. Be willing to question your assumptions, to learn from every experience, and to adapt your practices as you grow. The path of spiritual awakening is ongoing, always offering new insights and opportunities for growth. Thank you for joining me in exploring these 7 unspoken challenges of spiritual awakening. I hope this discussion has provided you with insights and tools to navigate your own spiritual journey more smoothly. Remember, you're not alone in facing these challenges. Many others have walked this path before you and are walking it alongside you now. If you found this video helpful, please consider subscribing to our channel for more content on spiritual growth and personal development. We'd also love to hear about your own experiences with these challenges. Share your thoughts and insights in the comments below. Remember, every challenge you face on your spiritual path is an opportunity for growth and deepening your understanding. Trust the process, be kind to yourself, and keep moving forward on your unique spiritual journey. Until next time, take care and stay open to the wisdom that surrounds you every day.